Welcome back to a new video. Today's video is on Amazon BBC original The Outlaws Season 3, with the official synopsis being: with crime boss the Dean behind bars, the Outlaws are moving on with their lives until one of their own returns with a deadly secret, hurling them back into mortal danger. And before I give out my review, please like the video, dislike the video, comment, click on notifications, follow me on Instagram, Letterboxd, and TikTok for more reviews. I would say when it comes to The Outlaws has been a pretty consistent good show overall for the last 2 seasons. Season 3 was not disappointing at all, as Season 3 just carried the same shenanigans, crazy situations that needed to be solved, and just the things that just made the first 2 seasons of The Outlaws pretty good. As Season 3 takes place 6 months following the events of Season 2, as everything just seems to be normal for most of the characters. Everything seems to just be going well until the return of Ronnie, who disappeared following the events of Season 2, and she comes back with a crazy secret that not only jeopardizes her future, but the future of everyone involved. And I would definitely say that Ronnie has had a crazy transformation throughout the entire series of the show. From Season 1 to being a huge kleptomaniac, to Season 2 just being and becoming a crazy drug dealer who was willing to take some serious risks no matter what to make the money, to now in Season 3 to a possible murder suspect. You can say her life and the things that she's been doing, it's just like, geez, like kind of a lot, isn't there, Ari? But yeah, when it comes to Season 3, I think Season 3 does a good job with its storylines, from featuring some of the previous storylines from past seasons, such as the Dean still trying to get revenge no matter what while still in jail, to also new storylines that I think that each of the characters have in here, which I think works a lot. From Ronnie trying to escape her current situation and trying to clear her name from possible life sentence, to Benjamin and his restaurant and his new relationship, Gabrielle with her lawsuit against her father and just realizing that time is running out for her to start a family, Diane and her ongoing continuation with her training, Greg trying to get back into the workforce ever since leaving his job in the last season, John with him trying to fix his family, fix his whole surroundings with his whole life and career. But I think this season did a good job with giving each of the characters their own storylines throughout the 5 episodes, giving them something to work with while they're all just trying to help Ronnie and save themselves from possible danger, becoming t-shirts all around. What I also enjoyed in here too was the fact that Diane was finally a part of the situation. If you've noticed in the first 2 seasons, she is not with the gang when it came to their situations. From Season 1 to that mysterious bag of cash, to Season 2 with all of them becoming drug dealers just to save themselves, and to now with Season 3, she's actually a part of the gang trying to help Ronnie. I thought that was pretty good. I thought that was pretty wholesome overall. I think the comedy for Season 3 is still pretty consistent, as there were a few moments in here that I thought were pretty funny, that I did laugh a few times, such as the entire arc of many of the characters just giving Ben some flack over how Ronnie dumped him in the last season, as everybody was like, yeah, she did you pretty dirty. Like, yeah, such and such happened. You was crying in the train, you got free food, or you jumped out the train, you did this, you did that. Like, for some reason, everybody, even the new villains, knew that he he was done dirty in the last episode of season 2, which was just like, hey, it happens. It just happens. The serious situations and moments do not die down this time in season 3, as it is still pretty high up there as in the previous seasons, with Ronnie just trying to clear her name from being a possible murderer, and as well as just the gang just trying to help out Ronnie, and also just to save themselves from possible death because of the Dean, as the Dean is locked up this time around from his previous crimes, and he is hell-bent on getting out and just making some t-shirts for everyone that did him dirty, and I do mean everyone this time around. But it was all good, to say the least. Now, I would say that the new villain for season 3, Burgess, I think he was alright. Like, he did have some power, like he did have some things he could definitely cause. He can definitely cause some damage, but I think he was just alright. He did come off a little bit goofy at times with how he interacted with a few of the characters and how he just presented himself on screen. He wasn't bad, he was alright. Now, when it comes to issues that I had with season 3, I really didn't have any serious issues when it came with the plot, the storyline in that aspect. But as I did mention, Christopher Walken is not in here at all in season 3, with the exception of one small appearance. And him not being in season 3 was definitely disappointing, because I think that he would have added an interesting touch in a few of the moments if he was in here. And it's understandable why he's not in season 3, as season 3 was supposedly filmed during the actors' strike of last year, so it's understandable why he's not here this time around, unless something else happened, but that was likely the main reason why he couldn't be in season 3, which sucks. But I think that with his small appearance, he definitely does help out the gang in a huge way. But when it comes to season 3 though, I think that season 3, the final send-off, it's a good send-off for this series, as with the ending itself. I'm not going to spoil what happens with the ending, but I think that I'm satisfied with the ending, as all of the characters' futures looks positive and some being bright. I'll just say that. I'll say that. And I don't think a season 4 is necessary at all. I didn't think a season 3 was necessary with how things ended off, but I'm glad that we got a season 3. But a season 4, I just don't see how they could possibly come back this time, with all of the stories likely wrapped up and certain moments happening. I just don't see how a season 4 could happen. But maybe they'll figure out something that makes sense, and we'll see the gang that we love back for more shenanigans. But as mentioned, season 3 of The Outlaws was pretty good in my opinion. I did not have a bad time watching, and I would say my rating for season 3 would likely be maybe 8.5 out of 10. So I would say just thank you for watching, and until next time.